Hello, everybody. Happy, what is it? Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to a special edition of the Patty's Parlor stream where we are going to unbox my newest shelf breaker of a game, Portland Occupied Zone, by one of Patty's favorite peeps, William Dalebout of Crud Studios. Man, I am so excited. I've been saving up my monies for this, and I did some overtime a couple of weeks ago, and here it is in the plastic wrap still. So I would first of all like to thank everybody for joining me for this momentous occasion for this channel. Before we get too much further, I'm going to get rid of this text here. Before we get too much further, you can pick up a copy of this game or William Dalebout's other breakout and instant classic, Virtue Signal, by looking down in the description below. You'll find a link that brings you directly to Portland Occupied Zone, or you can peruse his other wares and pick up something for yourself. Don't forget that Mother's Day is coming around the corner, and I know that my mom loves board games. So maybe your mom does too, because moms like board games. And then you can use code PPG. That's PPG for Patty's Parlor Games to get yourself a sweet little discount while also supporting William and myself at the same time. Without further ado, man, let's open this thing. I keep a scalpel next to my desk because you never know when some modeling is going to happen, when some unboxing is going to happen. And it's a lot easier to open up boxes and plastic with a scalpel than it is a gun. So take that, Max Leal, with your desk gun. Alrighty, so already I like the size of the box. I think it fits really well on my shelf. Currently, it's about as big as Cthulhu Death May Die would go. William says it's 22 pounds of board game. I didn't weigh it myself, but it is chunky. And on the front here, now that I've got the more matte cover, I can read it. The fiery but mostly peaceful game of slacktivist violence. Offensive to all humans, game contains no gore, nudity, or swears, but does make reference to, among other things, sex, violence, assault, kidnapping, torture, revenge, looting, rioting, arson, mayhem, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, animal abuse, corpse abuse, socialism, communism, cannibalism, pedestry, perviness, cop killing, self-harm, suicide, blasphemy, and sass mouth. So it definitely sounds like my kind of game. You can play 2 to 8 players. You could play 1 player. It's technically possible. And it takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to play, depending on how much goofing off you do. We can read the back of the box, or we can just open this bad boy up. Let's just open it up. Oh, there we go. Put that down there. Immediately, we see our Portland's finest in the box here. They look kind of beefy. All right, so seeing as this is the first thing we looked at, I gotta say, I think when I had seen original pictures of these minis, I thought for a second that they had some like crazy, almost like filament lines on these, but these are incredibly smooth. These are incredibly smooth. I love that they're wonderfully in. They're an exact 3D representation of Will's artwork already. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Portland's finest. Looks like we got one hell of a rule book here that is aptly named The Manifesto. And there's one of Will's very famous NPC guys, POZ. I love the color. Now, I got to tell you what, this all immediately, this is the level of graphic design that I think Merkberg should have went with. I love how it's very stylish, but it doesn't assault your eyeballs. It's clear, it's concise. I already really enjoy this. It's a very fun to look at rule book. But it's a hefty rule book. This is quite a hefty rule book. One of the things that William Dalebout has said, oh, look at that, it even tracks your mental health. Every character has a track on their player board indicating their current mental stability. Mental stability is influenced, moved up or down, by player actions, items, events, and the weather, or drugs, especially drugs. Yes, it is a massive game. Dee Dee is in the chat. Hello. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, so this is great. You can already see William's snark in the rules, but again, it's a wonderfully designed rule book that's fun to look at. Oh, like there's Allison. That's our life goals. That look, if that's not what you want to look like in life, your parents must have not have paid for your schooling. So, man, I'm so excited for this. All right, well, that's enough of the rulebook. Let's get the rulebook out of the way. That's not what we're here for. In here, we have some of our heroes. Oh man, some of these are very fiddly. All right, so I'm gonna do the best I can to kind of show these off here. Look at, again, these minis are just, they perfectly encapsulate Williams' designs. That's incredible. And with how dainty her features are, they're holding up pretty well. You can see that there's some really good flex on this mini here. This is not Finecast. This is certainly not Citadel Finecast. This looks like it's going to tolerate some abuse. So I'm not going to try to go out of my way here. Looks like we got our lieutenant. Hey, DD, this guy with his chin strap looks like you before you shaved. You should grow your chin strap back out. It was a good look. Oh, no, I guess he's got kind of a goatee. Anyway. All right, who else do we got in here? Okay, so, we got another cop. He's hanging out here. So we got 8 cops, 9 with the lieutenant. Here's Lilith, who is prominently featured with her backside on the rule book. Looks like there's a little bit of a mold line on Lilith, but again, that's what we keep the hobby knife for. I like that it has a mental health tracker. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yes. This miniature right here alone was worth the price of entry for me. The medic, who we all know as the Kenosha Kid. We got the Kenosha Kid, the #1 winner of the Kenosha Draw Off contest. And then we've got Jack with his crack. He's got it looks like a crack pipe, right? I don't do drugs, so I have no idea. I've never done drugs before in my life. And then I believe this one is Will's favorite. This is Magic Pink. All of these characters are based off of stereotypes that we had to read news articles about. Once upon a time, during the summer of love. Man, that's awesome. Let's see, we got a D4 in here. So we got a caltrop in case the woke scolds try to break into your house. You could set one of these down at your front door and keep them from raiding you. This is our pile of mysterious bricks. Do you guys remember the mysterious bricks? This is really coming together. It looks like we got some fat stacks of cards here. So 3 ultra fat stacks of cards. All individually wrapped. Looks like they've got their things here. Now, I was able to grab the Portland Occupied Zone with all of the things to date. So there was 2 cards expansions here. We could talk about those in a second. Let's see what's underneath this molded plastic here. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude, those character boards are massive. So these are like your character sheets. Do not throw away, do not eat. I am told, though, that if you eat these, your humor can be as dry as mine. Oh, yeah. Okay, so look at these character boards here. They're printed back and forth. So that should be interesting. So these are setup notes. Okay. So this is Magic Pink's mental stability tracker. I really like this. I like how each picture is different. It reminds me of Doom or Wolfenstein, Bronstein, Wolfenstein bears. It reminds me of Doom, where you could watch Doom guy's face get progressively more beat up. Or that was Wolfenstein. There's Allison. Allison looks like that one girl that's been pretty popular pretty recently. I've seen pictures of her where she's like living the van life. So she gets a protest sign. I love this guy's shirt. Soy cabron. That guy looks like he looks like someone I know trying to cosplay as the basic expert. I'm sure John knows what that means. There's Lilith. I like her pompadour haircut. She gets a little sad. So it'll be interesting to learn what all the different symbols mean. So there's Steve. Possibly the reference to Steve Jobs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't Google that, kids. You don't want to Google that. Don't do it. There's Jeff. Jenkin. Jeff's big score. Exit through the gift shop. And Jack. Jack with his pink beard and his excellent mustache. Psychopath. Oh, kill yourself. Nice. KYS. I probably won't make it long on Twitter talking about this game, so make sure you like and share with your friends. Go click that link down below, quick, before they murk me off the internet. You gotta go pick yourself up a copy of this game. And then Kim. I think Kim's probably my favorite design wise. There's something about her her communist face mask is definitely like a signal of the times. And she's got that a Merlot cocktail. Yeah, she wants the hipster Holocaust. Okay, what else do we got in here? The Merda de Artista. So I really like how these are matte because it makes it a lot easier to read across the table. So I mean, anybody that's played a lot of board games, the matte cover is a much nicer spot. Looks like there's some a tracker here for flames because I believe the goal of the game is to first destroy Portland, and then once you have destroyed Portland, you try to conquer it. One of the things I am noticing is it doesn't seem it looks like all of the cardboard is punched out. Oh no, it's not. Look, we got some punch outs. For all of these kids these days that need that textile feel of the pop knocking stuff out. So we got tents here. Looks like he does rule call outs right on the back of these tiles. Tents, what does it say? Tents be exchanged for other more useful structures and for NPCs. Okay. So we got dumpsters. Those from the trailers that I saw sounded like they were important. Looks like there's mental health, food, and fire because you could start the dumpsters on fire. Let's see here. Used needle pile. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, one of the other cool things about Portland Occupied Zone, if it matters to you, is this is 100% made by human hands. William Dalebout is a very his version of art, his stylized cartoons are very evocative. The other thing that you can pick up from that link down below at the Incel Riot / Crudforge website is behind me this wonderful flag. Beep, right there. Bigly great. One of the greatest flags I've ever seen. So nothing looks better on my wall, guys. That is the greatest flag. So happy to have it. Yes. Some say me, your former president. Some say sitting president. I like to say sitting president. You can also get that at the Crudforge shop. Again, please use code PPG. So there's a police checkpoint, and then you can turn it into a barricade. So that way you can stop EMS from traveling into Portland and delivering much needed grand herpetic, much needed aid to ailing people. So that's a pretty seedy tattoo shop. I would not want to get a a tattoo shop. Oh, pizza parlor. William. Pizza parlor, you dog. And if you are digging what you're seeing so far, my plan is I'm gonna open this box. We're gonna go through all of its components, talk about the rules a little bit, and then I'm going to prime up the miniatures as soon as I get home tomorrow. And then hopefully we're gonna have William Dalebout himself on stream this Thursday evening, and I'll be painting some of the minis while we talk to William. So if you have any questions about the game, rules questions, where William's going next with this, with his current project, because he is working on another game right now, he'll be here. Again, it's not really his scheduling, it's my scheduling. It's with the new baby and all that, it gets a little crazy. What is this? This one is the Hexenhausen. Leave your patriarchy at the door. So that's the place where Harmony can hang out. That's the place where Harmony's group plays, because we're the women's hater club. Let's see. The Steampunk Absinthe Distillery. The Theater de l'Absurde. The Courthouse. Let's see. So the medic starts here and Sergeant Jackson. So the bacon was not food. The bacon is supposed to be counters for cops, I guess. That's pretty funny. So it looks like there's a jail. I wonder if there is a do not pass go, do not collect $100 or $200. Okay, so there is some level of detail in here. Like you could see here, you could see some graffiti by Magic Pink inside the jail cell here. It's definitely worth noting that just these components alone, the amount of time that William has spent designing and drawing and painting these pieces, I mean, that's an amount of effort that I aspire to with some of my dungeon maps. You know, I love when I'm drawing my dungeon maps to put in cool little details. The People's Food Exchange, occupy the food supply. He definitely flexes not only in his graphic design skills here, but an artistic endeavor that you can only really appreciate when you take a second, third, and fourth look. Keep on trucking. He's got these shirts, feeling fine. Filthy rags. All right, let's stop going through these. There's so much that we can go through. I know that these are just like the store tiles. What is this? The struggle pulpit. The struggle pulpit. And again, with some rules clarification on the back. It's a very nice touch to have those. Those rules clarifications on the back. All right, here we go here for all you textile dummies who just need to have something to pop and play with. Ooh, oh no, they're coming out already. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through these. And one of the things I really like to do with my tokens is I take a black marker. And I've even seen people go so far as to put a layer or two of Mod Podge on their tokens. Gives them a little bit more longevity, keeps that paper from peeling off over time. But just take a look at all of these NPCs. Oh, that one's glowy. He's a glowy NPC. Watch out for that guy. I like this dude with the wizard hat. And then, let's see, are they double-sided? Kinda. Very nice. All right, make sure I didn't lose any. I'm just going to pop that back. Oh, geez, they're falling apart. I think there might have been a missed opportunity to do the angry face. All right, so this is the board. Oh, my gosh. This is massive. So these are... What do these come out to? Do I got a tape measure? I usually do have a tape measure. I don't know why I wouldn't. Oh, my whole desk is a tape measure. Why do I not? Why do I not use that? All right. Nothing else in the box. We've unboxed it, everybody. Go home. No, all right. So let's see. Each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are about 1 foot square on these. And this might actually be kind of cool. So they're about 2 1/4 inch marked out to the square here. I really like that. I think it's way cooler than counting out inch grids and counting out each space individually. Let's see, these are not double-sided, it doesn't seem. And it looks like they might actually have a rhyme or a rhythm to it, considering this guy right here has got some sort of tracker on it. I'm sure we'll learn a little bit more on the rules. But yeah, you could easily turn this into a stylized modern campaign board set for an RPG, I believe. And then let's see. So you got all these streets named. I wonder if that's specific, if there's a reason why the streets have particular names. The other thing is he doesn't, you lose the wall space. You lose the wall space when you do top down, but he still found a way to throw in some really cool graffiti there on the sidewalk with some sidewalk chalk. Dumpster parking. This one looks like some sort of garden. See some filigree here. That could just be a regular burnt down shop. And look at that one. That one's got a number on it. I'm curious to see what this looks like. Also, each board is specific. So each board is specific, and you have the specific shop tiles. That's what that is. Filthy rags. So I guess you're supposed to burn it down, and then when you burn it down, you remove it. There we go. Everything's coming together. I know this now. Ha ha ha. Bam. Looks like Swiss cheese down here. Alrighty. Yep. More trackers. All right, we could start looking at some rules. I'll put this all in here. Let me know if you guys have any questions presently. I'm noticing the one die that I've noticed so far was the 1d4. So I'm sure that'll be a useful tool that'll be coming in handy later. Now to make sure I don't lose any of those pogs. And we'll do a quick rule overview. So far, again, 22 pounds worth of board game is nothing to scoff at. The components all seem pretty heavy duty. I think that much like with most things, so long as you actively care for your stuff, it'll hold together quite well. The unmade bed. So if I recall, one of the things that William was talking about was you have these shops, and then as you take over the shops, you replace them with particular buildings. The People's Potato Patch. Now that's the place that I want to hang out. You guys know what I'm talking about. The altar. Some sacrilege stuff going on there. The skunk weed farm. Sacre bleu. Were there any components you guys wanted to take a closer look at while I kind of repack this all up? Any questions to me? I mean, so far, just looking at the components, you're definitely getting more than your money's worth. I know that currently, William is having quite the sale over at Crud Forge. So between my PPG discount, so when you check out PPG, you'll get a discount, but he's also got a bunch of his other stuff on discount. So be on the lookout for that. There we go. Put that in their home. I don't want to look at all of the components too closely because I do want you guys to still kind of be surprised when you get a look at it yourself. Whew, I'm warm. I was cold, but now I'm warm. Let's see here. Alpha's back in Pog form, Barton. Yes. Hey. Keep your cat safe. Socialist Weekly, the narrative. Okay. Take a look at these curds. Take a look at these curds. Aren't they neat? They've got something cool on them. And they smell like feet. No, they don't smell like feet. They smell like fresh printed materials, which is super fun for me. Put that there. So we got Socialist Wiki 5-year plans, the narrative cards. We got anti-fascist action cards, Battle of Hawthorne. I don't know what these are. Oh, so these are dregs. Nice. I wonder if those are supposed to be random because they all got that same back that doesn't really say much on them. But let's see. So we got Fentanyl, Angel Dust, Blue Dream, Sour Diesel, Hawaiian Snow, Bubba Kush, Snowcap. Wow, Angel Dust looks like it's got a lot of information on it. I don't know anything about drugs, so this is going to be really funny because I have friends that know a bunch about drugs. They are well-adjusted and well-informed people. Okay, they're well put together folks, but they'll be able to explain a lot of these jokes to me that I might not understand. The satirical Antifa-themed board game. That's pretty fourth wall breaking. That's pretty fourth wall breaking. All right, I got this scalpel. Let's open it up. I'll really shit my pants if there's a Bluey reference in here, but this game might be too old for that. Pride flags. Okay, so these are items that you can find at the shop. So I think this is what you get when you smash and grab the shops. Now, the way that William has explained this game to me, it is billed as an RPG kind of like game, and the only thing that I can really equate it to in my own brain as of this moment is that it sounds to me like it is a super hilarious political parody flavor of Hero Quest, which is the greatest in all the land. The greatest in all the land. But we're going to see if Portland Occupied Zone is at least the greatest in all of the Pacific Northwest. Joe's horse paste. Oh, okay. So these must be more. Yeah, more items from the different shops. Lilith stuff. Oh, so you actually have some like backgrounds. Pizza related handkerchief for all those guys, for all of you guys that are into those. Adrenochrome. Nice. Dysentery. Oh, these must all be sicknesses that you can get. So we got more anti-fascist actions and more of the narrative cards. Do you guys want to take a much closer look at the miniatures? So we didn't get to see all of the miniatures. So we got to see Kim. Here's Allison's miniature. Again, very voluptuous. She looks like she heals her mind and her soul with meditations. Pretty detailed. She's got these butterflies on her pants. Her shirt's got the tear up in it. Her hair is definitely in dreads through and through. Let's look at at Steve here. That guy will paint up super duper fast. I imagine all of these guys are actually going to paint up super fast. This guy, I think this one was Jeff. You could see the smoke coming off of his doobie. Again, perfectly rendered in William's style. That's a really done well on his sculptor's part. All right, my one complaint so far on the miniatures. My one complaint so far is I wish that Soy Cabron would have been molded onto the sweater, if even just like the finest little rays, so that way it's a lot easier to paint. But as for now, I will have to try my hand at freehanding. And if I can't seem to freehand Soy Cabron on there, then maybe we'll just do viewer submissions. we'll see what you guys want me to draw onto this guy here. Let me see what these cops look like again. Yeah, so you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like this guy, the back of his vest, you can see PPD on there. And it's not like over the top, but it's a little bit nice touch that all painters enjoy. All painters enjoy having that one little raised detail. Some don't. I guess I kind of lied to you right now. If you've never painted a miniature before, some people like the flat space so they can try their hand at freehanding. But to try and paint those in a way that honors William Dalebout's very stylistic cartoons, that is going to be a pleasure and also possibly a big pain in the butt. But I think it'll be worth it. So let's take a closer look at these character sheets. I'm going to open up the rules. I'm going to open up the rules here and see what it explains. How to score. The character board, page 8. Table of contents is already coming in clutch. The character board. So there's the header. This is the area that displays their character's name, their stats, where they work, and what their personal effect is. So that's just up here. Let's see. The two stats are bricks and movement. So that's these guys here. Work stat. This explains where the character begins the game. So Kim works at the tattoo parlor. I should have guessed. She works at the Grand Herpetic. Oh, man. Raised areas are easier to shadow. Yes. Okay, so personal effect. Every character begins the game with one personal effect. This item is very important to the character and would be bad if they were to lose it. For example, Magic Pink has a tiny blob of cookie dough, has the slowest movement rate in the game. And so I need to point this out because this is funny. This was a joke that I made in The Boy from Mezteas. But in great fashion, here you can see in the rules, William Dalebout says Zer, because in order to be consistent, if anything, at least obnoxiously consistent, I believe the rules tell you what your pronouns are supposed to be depending on which character you play. But Zer personal effect is the mobility scooter, which brings Zer movement up right to a more normal 6. So it's a I greatly enjoy that. It's a very fun rule set to read. Character powers is number 4. So these are character powers in the middle here. Then there's the equipment. So you have 2 accessories, apparel, and a weapon. Hey, look at that. 2 magic items, a set of armor, and a weapon. Sounds RPG enough for me. Injuries. These are your injuries. After the last injury is taken, the next hit renders the character knocked out, arrested, or dead. Ideology and theory. Ideology is a bonus power that becomes available when the character is a dictator of the POZ. Place the talking pillow / tin pot token here when this character is the leader of the POZ. Where is that token? Did I put it over here? Talking pillow. There it is. Tin pot. Talking pillow. You have to have the talking pillow to speak. If you don't have the talking pillow to speak, then you're probably you're probably speaking out of turn. I also just realized that I think these are the rare, exceedingly rare but natural habitat of Portland, the brown mamba. I think I've heard about these lying cold and dead in the gutters. That's definitely not poop. Definitely not. That's not poop. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's read the introduction. All right, so the introduction says Portland Occupied Zone simulates the transformation of Portland neighborhood, the fantasy Hawthorne district, from a late-stage capitalist hellscape into a slacker Marxist utopia. The patriarchy must fall. The current tenants must go. By any means necessary. No more screwing around. This time we mean it. Our time is now. What the POZ is. The POZ is both the name of the game and the name of the disease-ridden shantytown you live in. It is made up of squatter tents, meth labs, drum circles, makeshift farms, and every other thing that an inspiring revolutionary movement needs to succeed. To win the game, when all the narrative cards have been played, the dictator of POZ is the winner. In order to survive until the very end of the game, it will be necessary early on to increase the power of your characters and grow the POZ. This can be accomplished in a variety of ways, including looting businesses for their useful items, building POZ structures, increasing your personal crapulence. There's a call out here. So again, this is something that I've come to love about William Dalebout. I've been lucky enough to read a couple of his test documents, but he does these things that help clue you in on the joke, so you're not totally left without a lifeline. But he's got a call out here. The dictionary definition of crapulence is drunkenness. However, in this game, we shall be using it to mean being a crappy person. The coinage, which was established in The Simpsons Season 7, Episode 1, Who Shot Mr. Burns, Part 2. It is a perfectly cromulent word. General flow of play. Portland Occupied Zone is played over a set number of rounds measured by the number of cards in the narrative deck. One narrative is drawn every turn. The last 16 cards in the deck are Battle of Hawthorne narratives. During the Battle of Hawthorne, the game changes from being mostly about consequence-free looting and burning into full-scale war against the police. This gives players plenty of time to grow the POZ, acquire the better equipment, and put up defenses and increase the power of their characters before the war begins. Useful notes and color commentary on this manual provided by staff NPCs Keith and Andy. And everyone, I'd love for you to meet Andy and Keith. So again, this is kind of germane to what we've been talking about recently. You as the players are basically setting up your kingdoms, your different divisions or neighborhoods within the Hawthorne district, and then battling it out with each other to see who's going to be king. I'll let you guys kind of fill in the blanks for what that could mean. How to score. There are two numbers to keep track of: your crapulence and the population of the Portland Occupied Zone. Crapulence is the measure of what a disaster of a human being your character is. It is increased by fulfilling 5-year plans and committing acts of violence and degeneracy. Crapulence is ranked from 1 to 30 and is tracked on the edge of the board. At 7, 14, 21, and 28, crapulence new character abilities are unlocked. So you level up. You do level up in this game. Each of these actions earn crapulence: defeating a police officer, defeating the medic, knocking out a player, scoring 3 or more natural hits in a single throw when looting. Population is the number of NPC residents in the POZ. It is increased by building POZ structures such as tents. There are several ways of increasing POZ population. Performing revolutionary theater. These are items that can be looted, mostly from bookstores and theaters. Action cards, arson. Oh, and arson. Burning a building down completely earns 8 population. Each character scores just a bit differently. Consult your player board for details because, oh, you're so special, aren't you, Snowflake? Yes, you are. Let's see here. So I wonder if that's on the back here. So yes, here's the scoring. Every fire lit, every cop defeated, every player knocked out. So these are all worth 1 point. Every time 3 or more items are looted in a single action, every character is snuggled. And that's in bold. So I guess that means so she gets a special ability here. Breeding pits. Magic Pink may also snuggle players whose mental stability is depressed, sad, or flat. Also, she's kind of like a healer. That's disgusting. That is downright dastardly. Well, cop cap. Crapulence. Oh, those tokens are crapulence. They are the brown mamba. They are poop. It's poop. So does everybody have did I think he did. William Dalebout. Did he? Oh, I thought he was doing Thaco here. I need to look at. I was gonna say, did he recreate Thaco as a board game? I don't think he did. 4 hits to defeat a cop, 4 movement. Oh, okay. So no, these are this is quick reference for the cops and the medic. Gotcha. And the 1d4 is your combat dice. Got it. Well then, that is Portland Occupied Zone in a nutshell. I just right now, my God, this game is nuts. Yes, it is absolutely nuts. I cannot wait to play this. I know that Mrs. Parlor is super excited. This is the example of setup. Nice. We always got to keep Portland weird. So all the buildings go into the same place every time. That's pretty cool too. Here's some really cool art here. It's holiday in Cambodia, mother suckers. Yeah, this is definitely a weekend night game. I would be thoroughly impressed if any of you non-retired working folks fits this in on a weekday. It's not impossible. It might be impossible for me because when Kitty and I play, it's like a struggle to sit down and focus. But yeah, that's Portland Occupied Zone in a nutshell. Again, if you really like this unboxing, I'd really appreciate it if you click the link down in the below to go visit Crudford's store. You can find Portland Occupied Zone and the version that I got, which is the everything up to date. And you can also find his breakout card game, Virtue Signal, which was an instant classic, instant hit on Kickstarter before everyone caught on to the joke, and then they tried to oust him, those bastards. But we love William Dalebout, and we're thankful, 1, for him letting us be an affiliate, and 2, for coming on and being just a hell of a guy to listen to. So what is this we got here? Oh no, I ripped the box already. I'm terrible. No. I think I'm going to have to find a deck box for this, but I'd really want to save this card art. Let's take a look at the cards inside here. Again, Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. Nothing better to bring the family together than a card game. So these are new anti-fascist actions. Let's see what some actions are. I'm going to pull a random one. The Star Off Machine. A strange man has rolled into town in a car pulling a curious machine. He says he can bleach all our buttholes for the low price of $1. Oh my gosh. That's great. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to read one more, okay? Because the rest of it, you want, you kind of want it to be fun. You want to see it happen as it happens. Inside job, the pizza joint. Good thing Steve just took out several very large insurance policies on this place. So this looks like it moves Steve to the pizza shop and give him all of the remaining loot. He may keep 2 items and donate or discard the rest. So that is that expansion. What I am curious about is, does it fit in the box when all of the other components are in? I will have to get back to you guys on that. I don't know if you really want to stick around to watch me repack this box, but we're going to take a quick look at these narratives here. Come on, fingers. Man, this thing is wrapped pretty dang good. Okay, there we go. It also doesn't help that I've burnt my fingertips off with all of my own slack to this violence. I don't want to rip this one. It's going to rip. Oh, tight fit. Oh my gosh. The very first card I look at. Holocaust on the Hawthorne. Plot. Some fascist butthole forgot to put his bottles in the blue bin. Now we're in the middle of an apocalyptic heat wave. Our beautiful trees have all withered to charred matchsticks, and the homeless population of the POZ are baking inside their tents. One carelessly discarded clove cigarette could light up the whole city. At any point, guys, the sky is falling. The sky could fall at any time. Okay, one more card. Look. Cabin fever. As you might imagine, all these overweight, unwashed, and flatulent activists confined inside our barricades are congealing together like bags of jumbo marshmallows left in the sun on a hot day. Something eventually has to give, and that thing is our sanity. And it looks like everybody loses mental stability when that card is played. So yes, it's worth noting that nobody is safe in this game. What I mean by that is everybody is getting made fun of. This is like if this would be like if Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams made a comedic routine out of the game of Hero Quest. Like it's got kind of that feel. So far. It's got a lot of stuff going on with it. Well, alrighty. That's been the unboxing of Portland Occupied Zone with a quick little overview. I could go on if you guys want, but we should be having William on Thursday. The idea is that I will have some of these miniatures primed so that way I can paint them live for you guys. I would love for you to join us. That way, if you have any questions about the game, projects that William has coming up, or if you just want to hang out with us and tell us that you ordered a copy and you can't wait for it to come, and you can also get in on that sweet looting action. I would really appreciate that. I don't normally overtly shill the channel, but yes, if you could follow, like, and share this so that way you could let your friends know about the magic of Portland Occupied Zone. And I would greatly appreciate you guys considering to pick up your own copy. Until next time, have a great one. Goodbye.